welcome to another Women Crush Wednesday on Illustrate Radio. I am your host, T. Gray. I got my girl co-hosting with me, Lady Lucky. What's up, Lucky?
What's up? Hey, T. Gray, how you doing today?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Yes,
Happy
it's good to
Wednesday.
see you too. And happy Wednesday to you too. Women Crush Wednesdays all day. You look beautiful, by the way. I'm crushing on you today. I think I'm crushing
Man, I
on
had to
you.
step my game up. Okay. You
We in
guys
the
in the
whole
background, you
vibe.
all can see what happens in the background. She came in here on a whole black and white vibe. I said, oh, wait a minute. I had to go get my shit together.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
No, cool. That's what I said. We
guys,
always be on the
happy
same frequency.
Wednesday. Most definitely. I'm glad you all are joining us. We have a fantastic show for you all tonight. Dope guests in the building. First and foremost, shout out to DJ Stiletto. It is her birthday week, so she is birthday partying right now. Yes. And if you all ain't bouncing around in here with us live, I don't know what else you're supposed to be doing. But I
You
hope that
know?
at the very least you are following us on Instagram at illustrate_radio. I hope you're checking us out on YouTube. I hope you downloaded your 7 on demand app through your Roku and are watching us on your TV every Wednesday at 8. Gotta breathe. We're doing so much, I gotta
Ooh,
breathe.
slow it down. Right. Let it
And
breathe.
I'm excited, you guys, because we do have a dope ass guest in the building tonight. We have the owner of 7 on Demand, Jamel Way, is going to be coming through in the second half. So, y'all, we about to be lit. We about to be having a good time. First things first, we're going to jump into my love. And today's love and is love and I ain't got time. Okay, girls getting
Mm.
loved at age. I'm starting to realize what I don't have time for. So my homeboy, who's actually been a guest on this show before, my homeboy Herb, you all might remember him because he's an entertainment manager, super dope dude. But he posted something that I thought was so apropos, just as somebody who's constantly building and trying to get my brand up. So this is what he shared, and it came from another young lady called Perseo Princess. If I'm messing up her name, my bad. It says a lot of y'all have friends who are mastering their craft, but you don't support it because you're waiting for someone else to validate them. And it just has in all caps, support your friends. And so this I felt was so just apropos for where we are. As a group, as a team, we're growing, we're cultivating things, we're trying to build our brand. Just as T Gray, I am my own brand by myself. My co-host, Lucky, she's her own brand by herself. And we branch off into so many different facets. I have several shows, she has several businesses. It's just things that are happening. But as we do that, one thing that we need, you guys, is support. And we need support from
Yep.
real people
Amen.
and real friends. And I've had friends along the way who maybe weren't supportive or who maybe didn't think T Gray was, doing, I guess, what I should be or how I could be or had judgment on how I utilize my life and my talents. But at the end of the day, watch me work, y'all. Don't wait for somebody else to be like, oh, damn, T Gray did it. No, be in on the ground floor. Ride this wave with me. You never know where it may benefit you in life later on or how it can help you to grow. Sometimes when you have blessings in abundance, you just got to stand beside the person to catch the overflow. You never know when that overflow is going to be your blessing too. So just you guys keep that part in mind. As you see your friends building, as you see them trying to master what they do, trying to attain a goal, get what they got to get, support them. Don't hate. Don't wait on another motherfucker to support them, and don't
Right.
jump ship because you might be missing a major ride.
You might be missing out. You
Might
might be missing out.
Yes, yes. So Miss Lucky for the Just My Luck this week.
So it is just my luck that, as usual, we're talking about supporting friends. And I said that I was going to start something every week, pretty much spinning off of supporting Black owned businesses and things that are going on and events and things that are people having. So, first and foremost, shout out to you, T Gray. I have been seeing your grind. If everyone has not gone over to check out her merchandise, my boo is selling hoodies, t shirts. She's giving out love advice and consultations and everything. And we are no longer doing that for free. I don't know if she still is at the moment. Are we still doing that for free?
No, 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 no. So look,
I
April
see
is
y'all
almost over.
missed y'all chance. Yeah.
It was for April.
Y'all missed y'all chance. Y'all missed y'all chance. Yes.
Some people,
So
some
again,
people didn't. So shout out to them.
yeah, see, and those who took advantage, I'm so happy for y'all. Okay, so moving on to the next one. I tend to use my hands a lot. I'm trying to learn how to not do that. Thank you. Shout out to Bonafide Sauces. I'm always going to big them up. She has an amazing sale going on, and you do not need a coupon to participate or to be a part of that. There's a couple of other people I wanted to get to. Oh, my stylist. Yes, I kind of brushed over her last week. I don't feel as though I gave her her proper diligence, her due diligence. Her name is Chanel, and her page is Divalicious Hair. Yes, love her. And again, shout out to my last tag. Now moving on to some actual good news and things. Well, I wouldn't say really good news. I would say more so like superficial shit because I just want to be superficial right now. But are there different levels of pretty? I'm just curious. Because people use that comment a lot, and they say, oh, well, you're pretty, or you're cute, or you're beautiful, or you're pretty for a brown skinned girl. That's what I really wanted to touch on. Or you're cute for a dark skinned girl. I kind of want to ask a question like, what do you mean by that? Because I get that comment a lot. Oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl. So does that mean that like I'm not the ultimate type of level of pretty? Anyway, I just want to tell everyone to appreciate the skin that you are in. Don't let anyone deter you from feeling beautiful inside and especially outside, because that actually does matter. How you feel outside affects you inside, and how you feel inside affects you outside. So just be comfortable in the skin that you are in. I am proud to be whatever whatever shade that I am, or whatever anyone would like to call me. Brown, dark skin, chocolate, whatever. I take it all. So I love my melanin beings, and shout out to everyone. Also, really quickly, I'm sorry. Shout out to Pebbles Fitness. Yes, Pebbles Fit. Y'all go check her out. That is my girl. She got her own little fit line. And I ain't even gonna say little, because I hate when people say little in front of something, because that means you're trying to minimize my shit. And that's what I'm not doing that at all. So y'all make sure y'all just go check out her fitness line. She has attire, she has actual stuff that you can use. So yeah, check that out. And that's it.
And that's it. So
That's it.
since that's it, y'all know what's next. It's time to spit that ish.
Daddy.
First things first, you guys. Y'all on my man Steve Harvey's back right now. And when I say my man, y'all, I use that term loosely because he's not my favorite. But in this instance, I don't think that he's wrong. So he is currently getting dragged, you guys. Black Twitter don't wait a minute to drag nobody. But they're dragging Steve Harvey because he says that men and women can't be friends. So this is where I'm literally on the fence, and I tell you why. I feel like when you're couples, men and women as couples, the couples can get together and be friends, but individually, nah. No, ain't no such thing. I know people be on that. Listen, I know y'all be on that platonic, and so you gotta let me get this out.
Okay.
Get this
I'm
out.
gonna let you get it out. Cause you know I'm over here brewing. Like,
So it's okay. And I say that because I got guy friends. We cool. Yeah, I get it. He says he doesn't have female friends. He says that he's incapable of that because he's just like, come on. The reality of it is that at the end of the day, somebody wants to fuck. I mean, that's pretty much what he's saying. At the end of the day, somebody wants to fuck. And the reality of it is that a lot of men think like that. And most friends that a man has is just a broad that he hasn't slept with yet, or he has already slept with her, and then they just still friends after the fact. So I know Lucky has a total opposite opinion. I'm just
No, but
gonna
he
say
also
that
said
I
he
do
also
hold
said a
you as
major.
friend.
I must say
Go
he
ahead.
also said that once a guy realizes that he can no longer have sex with you, he would no longer want to be your friend. He also said that. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your point. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. This is like I kind of agree with him. Like, but I think it's very person specific. I think certain people operate in that vein where either you just somebody they haven't fucked yet, or you somebody that they fucked already. A lot of people operate in that vein. Is it totally impossible for men and women to be in a platonic friendship? No, but is it also totally possible that these platonic friendships are people who you're not legitimately attracted to? What do you think?
Okay. Respect. Okay,
What do
so
you think?
my opinion. Okay, so again, I am going to digress because I have some sandbox friends that we are still friends to this day, right? And maybe at some point, I feel like there was an attraction, whether it was on my part or their part, singular or together. However, we've never had sex with each other. And we've literally, like, I done seen all the women that they ran through. They done seen the guys or the relationships that I've been in. So I genuinely think that men and women actually can be friends. I have friends that I've never fucked. I'm not saying that we've never flirted, but I've also flirted with my female friends. I feel like men nowadays need to worry about females just as much as they need to worry about males, because not only does that guy may want to, fuck her, the girl may want to have sex too. So, and again, I've been in situations where it was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting it. Anyway, long story short, I just think that that is actually a case. Men and women can be friends and share the same interests. I have very close friends. And I also believe that different stages in your life, different things occur and happen, right? So there was someone that I was with when I was 14 and 15. We never had sex with each other, but we dated. We had an intimate level of relationship. And maybe as adults, we probably dibbled and dabbled a little bit and then realized, no, we're good. And literally keep it at that and never go back to it. So that is someone actually being a friend. You have all types of things that happen between friendships all the time. And it doesn't mean that, oh, we're not genuinely friends, because at one point in time we were intimate. And now I respect your relationship that you're in. You respect the relationship that I am. I feel like people are adults and we can kind of be friends with someone who is of the opposite sex.
All right. All
And they
right.
might want to slap
Ain't
a
no
butt. They might
problem.
want to slap a butt. They might want to slap a butt cheek or two once in a while. But females like to do that
Once in a
too.
while.
Like, females do that too.
Hey, listen, I can't call it. All I can say is I don't think he's 100% wrong. That's all. That's all I can say. But again, I do believe that it is very person specific. I believe that certain people operate in that vein. And I will also say
Because all my
that
friends cute.
I love my guy friends. You guys are amazing. But I don't want y'all though. So, that's why y'all my
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah. Facts.
That's why y'all my buddies. Pals.
Buddy, friend zone.
Yeah. I'm sis to a whole, whole slew of guys, but I don't look at them in that way. You know what I mean? They're like my brothers, so I get it. Definitely. But if they ever fuck around and be attractive. So you guys
I'm
are
gonna say my friends look good. I ain't gonna hold you. But go ahead. Next. We going
So you guys, Kanye partnered with Balenciaga to do the DMX t-shirt. And so initially, you guys, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. They say that the proceeds are going to the family. I don't know. And this is where I feel some kind of way. Okay. I feel like it's always somebody trying to capitalize off of another person's death. And I never really would have took Kanye for that, although he's not my favorite person. Um, Kanye's a billionaire. If you wanted to give $1 million to DMX's family, you could have gave DMX's family $1 million. So when I see people taking his image, throwing it on a shirt, and here we're gonna sell this sweatshirt for $200 a pop, I I can't. That doesn't sit well with me. I didn't like. Even though I was digging Pop Smoke's music and the songs that came about it. I didn't like how Bill for day one type. You don't see them going throwing his face on the shirt, selling it. If there's something that you want to do out the kindness of your heart for that man's family, you could have done that out the kindness of your heart. I can't imagine Balenciaga saying, "Yeah, just take this design and we don't expect no money off of this $200 sale that you're making." I don't see that. I see that Balenciaga, sure enough, probably got their cut. To me, that's making a profit off of his death. Um, Again, I shouldn't be the one to say, and this is strictly T Gray's opinion, not the one to say, okay, who's right or wrong and how you choose to do for somebody. But I just feel like at the end of the day, Kanye, if you wanted to do something for real, you could have just cut a check. You could have set these kids up with some college funds. You could have made sure everybody was in a house, had a rent paid for you, whatever the case may be. He got 100 kids. You could have split 100 million, 200 million between each of them, and they would have been fine. As opposed to a $200 shirt. Like I that doesn't sit well with my spirit. But you know, that's the way he wanted to get.
Yeah. No, no. I mean, I totally respect exactly what you said, and yeah, that it was just poor taste, poor taste, and the timing too. Like you couldn't even have waited till my man was in the ground. He like, and then you
Yeah.
still get the same
Yeah.
benefits. You still get a tax write off. You still would have got the same benefits for creating a college fund for them. So the benefits still would have been the same because really you're doing this to
Mhm.
say, okay, it made $1 million, but now I get to get this write off. And so you're profiting
Mhm.
on both ends. But I digress. I'm a, I'm not
Yeah, so
surprised.
that's
I'm not surprised
yeah.
at anything that a celebrity does anymore at this point. DMX has a lot of children. Um, and yeah, that money could have went far beyond to help a lot of those,
Yeah.
mothers out. So whatever.
So and yeah, and that's
Very poor
maybe
taste.
exactly where
Very poor taste.
my discontent is with it. As soon as people start throwing the word kids and stuff, it's supposed to make it socially acceptable. But it doesn't. In my opinion, it just doesn't. When, like I said, other people who have money who's loved DMX inside out, you don't see them hawking shirts. If they want to do something for the family, it would have been direct. But in other rap news, you guys, little Kim, Queen Bee
Yes.
herself,
Yes. Yes.
guys, there's a biography coming out. There's
I'm
a tell
excited.
all in her memoir. She's telling all the tea, you guys, in her memoir. And let me tell you something. I am going to enjoy this book. I haven't read it, haven't read the forward. They've seen the back page. This is my first time finding out about it right here on this show. I am here for it. I absolutely love Little Kim. I love
Mhm.
story. The only thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is I would love to know what she learned after, say, her surgeries and what she's done as far as lightening her skin. Like, I would love to hear or read Kim say something positive. That's maybe where my only little piece, like the story of her and Biggie, the story of how she came to be, what she had to do, her not snitching, her going to jail, her coming out, her still killing the game. I think that that would be just dope as fuck.
So
But I
yeah.
just, as a female, as a woman of color, I would want to hear or read, like I said, something on a positive end, because that's where I kind of got lost in her for a minute, was when she made so many changes, when she changed her nose, when she lightened her skin.
No, right.
And I'm like, hey, yeah, show me, or I hope that toward the end of this book, that's what I'm
She
getting.
she
I
touches
hope
on
that
that
I'm
too.
getting,
Yeah.
I still love me. Yeah, I hope that. But
Yeah.
I'm excited. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm super excited too. Go Little Kim. This is awesome. She actually, I felt during the Biggie trivia, she didn't really get her due diligence. They kind of like snuffed her part and made it seem like she was somewhat of a home wrecker when I truly believe that they were truly in love with each other as well. So I'm excited to see it all, and I definitely want to see her actually, even if she's not going to have some positivity with it, at least have a connection where it'll have a positive outreach on people who may not think they're beautiful in their skin, you know. So um and I think she went through a stage of that, and she might be at a stage now where she's like, I love me, and maybe going through those changes affected me, and somehow I just want it to be as authentic and real as possible and not made up. So I'm really hoping for that.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So the world was a little bit shocked for a hot second, you guys, when Shock G passed away last week. If anybody's not familiar with Shock G, I don't know how. The Humpty
I'm
Dance is an
shocked G.
absolute
I'm shocked
classic.
G, the one who put the satin on your
The one who
panties.
put
Like
the satin on your panties. Yes.
that's a
Yes. So
lie
of
right
course the lead rapper of Digital Underground, you guys, he did pass on April 22nd. He's going to be laid to rest in Tampa, Florida. And so when it first happened, where was I? You guys, I was in Delaware at a comedy show, and the DJ just started playing a lot of Humpty, just back to back to back to back, and then you're getting all these messages. And it seemed like his death was just so foreshadowed because, of course, DMX had just passed too. But he is somebody that I feel like created classics for us, at least my generation.
he
Maybe
produced.
not
He
full albums,
produced, yeah.
but right, but definitely, the one, even what you saying, Shock G, the one who put the set on his, like, that's a classic line. No, forget
That
him,
line.
his nose, what he created. He's the person who put Tupac on. You know what I mean? I don't know if you
Yeah.
all remember Tupac was
And
doing the
y'all know
Humpty
that
dance before,
Tupac
you
was
know
in
what I
the
mean?
Tupac
Before.
was doing the Humpty Hump. He was in the
Yeah.
background, you know.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So he has
baby.
always been, yes, like a quiet force. So definitely condolences to his family for whatever it is that they are going through right now and in this transition and trying to, do his home going. And it's still not really told to us exactly what happened. So
Our
hope everything
condolences. I'm
goes
sorry
well.
about it.
Yeah. So Death Row, you guys. Quarter billion. Somebody just bought it for a quarter billion, sir. I ain't even know Death Row was still doing something.
It's not even that. I think it's
Quarter
more so
billion.
of yeah, I think it's more so because of everything that they bought. So
Yeah, so
that
Death
came with it.
Row,
You know? Like
um, yeah, they recently changed their ownership. Now, this is something that is not new, you guys. Death Row has been bought and sold like more niggas than anybody. So it's very, very interesting. But along that way, of course, they've always been able to acquire certain things, rights to certain things, which has definitely increased their worth. So just recently, 2019, E1 Music has purchased Death Row for $215 million. So I don't know exactly what's going to come of it once it happens. What we're going to see, I don't know if I guess they're going to be putting out new music and doing new things, but it's said that Death Row is about to bounce back. Essentially, it's about to bounce back. So I'm I don't know what to expect. Like I think when we hear Death Row, we're always going to be synonymous with Suge Knight.
Suge
You know
Knight,
what I mean? Like I
Tupac
think
is
like
too.
it's hard to hear Death Row and not see Suge Knight. You know what I mean? So what do you think
I
about
don't
that,
really.
Lucky? You got a
Honestly, I don't
quarter
think.
billion?
Nah, I ain't got a quarter billion, but I don't think nothing of it. I just feel like the royalties they pay for the royalties, they paying for that, and whatever ownership they get or licenses they may have. But I don't really think nothing too much of it. I'm not really like a super fan. I'm a super fan of Tupac all day in the paint, but I'm not really super fan of Suge Knight. So I don't really care.
Alrighty. So keep it in the same lane as strong business. We have our guest in the building,
Yay!
creating and building business. This man is one of the very few owners of a black-owned Roku channel. Something again, when I say few,
Yes.
you do not see many of our faces, let alone hear the name owner in it. So it is our fantastic, joyous, momentous time to welcome
Yes,
our
it
guest
is.
to the
Hallelujah.
show. You guys, the owner of
It's
Seven on
Jamel.
Demand,
The man.
Jamel Wade.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I
What's
wish we
going
had the
on?
proper
How's
music to bring
everybody
you
doing?
in.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Everything's good. Working hard, like we're supposed to be doing. I heard some of the
Yes.
conversation you guys were talking about, like Afro records. You know what I mean? But you got to keep in mind something too, right? That Suge Knight was a whole generation ago. So those things they tend to like die down in security, in over time. So like we might look at it as Suge Knight thing, but the new
It's money
people that's
making thing.
coming up now involved with Death Row, listening to their music and stuff, they don't even know who Suge Knight is.
Yeah, but you know what though? Sometimes I feel like in business, when something is synonymous with a name, with a face, with a vision, like it's hard for people to shake it. Like I feel like that's kind of part
Correct.
of what the problem is with the whole Johnson and Johnson thing with the vaccine. Everybody hears Johnson and Johnson, and immediately you think about having a black owner wearing. There's not any black owners in Johnson and Johnson anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's what I think society wants you to be synonymous with. So just as a fan, when
Well,
I hear Death Row, I'm ready to go kill some.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go shoot some.
you don't own
you know what I'm
BT
saying? So
anymore
look at
either.
that. No, but Suge Knight was if Suge Knight
You
wasn't
don't
anything
own
else, he was an
BT anymore
amazing
either.
businessman. No,
Right.
excuse
No,
me?
you're right. You're right. No, I was saying he was right about what he was saying about BET.
Yeah. Yeah, BT is the same thing.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I got a serious lag here.
But oh yeah. I can see it.
Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, you're back
It's
Let's
on.
see if we
okay.
can
It's
get you
okay.
on the. All right, so go ahead.
Look,
Go ahead. I know you
we
got some questions for me. What's on your mind? Talk to me. How can I help?
first thing.
What y'all need and how could I
Thank
help?
you.
Everybody, you do know,
No, first
right?
thing.
That
So
No,
Illustrate
it's not
has a
what
channel. You
we
do
want to
know that
thank you for
Illustrate
that.
has a channel on Seven on Demand. So,
we was gonna
just
get
as you
to
guys
that.
are supporting me, I am supporting you as well because I believe in our visions to be able to create whatever it is that we feel that we should be creating in this day and age.
Yes. I love it. Thank
Amen.
you so much. We are
Amen.
so grateful.
Yeah, most definitely. I do get excited.
I'm a filmmaker, right? And I've been making films for quite a few years now and been in show business for a long time. And I did a movie back in 2018, 2019. And when it came time to do the premiere for the movie, right, it was COVID time. So there were no places that would allow me to be able to rent a theater. COVID had shut everything down. So I was like, okay, well, I got to find some way for the people who were in the movie and their friends and stuff to come out and watch it. And I was searching through the internet and trying like Zoom and Facebook and and YouTube and all those other cats, right? And then it came to me and I was like, yo, how much time, energy, and money do we give to our contenders that give us pennies on the dollar and don't really give us any love? Can anybody tell me how much time and energy we give to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat? Huh? Anybody? Probably not.
Yeah.
Because we give them all the energy, we give them all the love.
All
They don't
all
give
the
us the same
time.
kind of right. So my son, my young God, right? He calls me up and says, "Yo, man, we got this opportunity to buy this station. You know what I mean? And we just need X amount of dollars, and I got half." And I was like, what am I gonna do with a station, G? And he was like, look, you're looking for a way to be able to show your movies, right? And be able to control the content that we see. It's not just about being movie makers or show makers or controlling the image. We got to be able to control the whole system. So that means that we got to be able to go out and reach into the community and get other people to give their content to the station. And I was like, bet. And my son arranged the deal. I sat down and talked to them. I went out and talked to them. And when I talked to them, you know, they were like, well, in order to be able to run a station, you need to have, you know, this, that, and the third. You need to be organized enough. You need to have enough experience in the industry and stuff like that. And then when they looked at my resume, they were like, okay, you know, I think this is something that you possibly can do. So it's me and my son, you know, my son, and my daughter-in-law and a couple of other people that are really running 7 On Demand at this point.
That is so like totally awesome. It's family owned too. Like this is even amazing. Can I ask where you're from? I know this is super random, but you're giving me like New York energy. I'm just feeling like all this love.
That's Brooklyn all day.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, I am from New York. I'm a Brooklyn cat, all right? You know what I mean? I was born and raised in Brooklyn. But I've lived all over. So, you know, I went out to LA for a while. I've lived in Atlanta. I lived in Pittsburgh. I lived in Atlantic City and Washington, D.C. I've been around. So
that's tough.
But I am from New York. I know you can probably hear like the New York accent.
Yeah, I can hear. I was just up there like literally not very recently. I try to tell everything, but I was up there very recently. So yeah, that's what's up. I love New York. I love the energy.
I just got back a few hours ago. It's like good, better, best, don't never let me rest.
Of course,
so
I mean to be honest, this is like
right now.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. No, I was saying what 7 On Demand is doing right now. We're doing 7 On Demand originals. So we have 3 movies and 2 TV shows that are original 7 On Demand. You're not going to be able to get it anywhere else. You're not going to be able to see it. You're not going to be able to partake in it. And it's like some really high-powered ideas. I'm sorry, I'm under contract. I can't talk about any of them. But I know you're just going to have to wait and see. And when you see it, you're just going to be so amazed. These are things that are like just unprecedented. All right, I'll tell you about one. We got a story called...
Can we hear one?
Listen, okay, we got a story called Runaway, right? So we were supposed to do this movie where we had like, it took place in 3 different countries, in Europe, in South America, and in America, right? And it had like a staff or a cast of like, 40, 60 people, you know what I mean? It was a huge production that we were working on for 2019. But of course, 2019, COVID came in, so that shut everything down. So there was this little young girl, man, who just got some serious acting chops. Her name is Adia Madine, right? She's like 12 years old, and she can act her ass off, right? So she was supposed to star in this movie that we were doing in 3 countries and all that other stuff. But when COVID came, there was just no way to be able to pull off that kind of a project. So me and a good buddy of mine, man, who works with me, right? A guy named Dave May Films. You can check that out, right? We sat down and we wrote a script with 6 people, right? Something that would keep you on the edge of your chair for 2 hours with 6 people. So it's about this girl who a young girl from the hood, you know what I mean, 12 years old, getting ready to be 13. She thinks she's already grown, hanging out with older girls and stuff. And she gets into it with her mom about her truancy and all that other stuff that goes on with kids that are just turning into teenagers. And her mom is like, well, hell, if you want to go, then get the hell out. And she does. And when she does, she goes into the street, and you know what the streets can do to a young girl. So, we don't have to go into that. But what happens is something very, very amazing. If she gets into this situation where she is afraid to live and doesn't know if she's going to die. And she has to overcome all these trials and tribulations in order to be able to come out alive.
Oh, wow.
And she does.
Wow, that's heavy. That's heavy.
That's real heavy.
So,
And it might be
so I was
super helpful. Can't give us too much.
Yes.
What's that? Now, I can't give you too much.
Right. So I would love to know, just being one of the main people who has to choose the type of content that goes from your channel to the viewer, what is your vision for what you want people to receive when they turn on your channel?
Okay, so 7 on Demand has a theme, and that theme is consciousness. All right, we no longer going to be a people that are asleep. We're no longer going to be a people that are shepherd being prodded by our sheep being prodded by our shepherd. All right, so now it's going to be about us waking up to realize that we have the ability to be able to do anything. I think Obama proved that. When I was coming up, man, it was like one thing that a black man will never ever be is president, right? So when something like that happens, you realize that anything is possible. If you don't know enough, then go learn it. If you're not skilled enough, then hire some people that are. But it's possible. So once things became possible, then there were no more limits. And that's the idea that we want to push. All right. So one of the things that we don't see in media right now is we don't see dominant black women, right, that are Afrocentric. In order to be a dominant black woman, you got to be European. You got to dress in European fashion and all of that. You ain't got head wraps on, you ain't got no bamboo earrings and all that other stuff, no cultural garb from Africa. You don't have none of that, right? In order to be like a black woman in power on TV. Well, we're about to change that. Right, we got this show that we're working on. It doesn't really have a title yet right now. The working title is just The Boss, and it's about this black woman who's Afrocentric. Been to Africa a couple times, and she's just real conscious-minded. The vegan style living and all of that. And what she does is she's working for these white guys who all they do is travel around the country, go jet skiing and all that other stuff. Meanwhile, they let her run the business for them. You know what I mean? So what happens is a opportunity comes up where they're ready to hire a vice president. And they pass over her and give it to, somebody else, somebody.
Which happens every day.
And it happens every day. She goes and she talks to her girls about it. You know what I mean? They go meet at the bar and they talking, and all her girls are college educated, and they're really running all these businesses and stuff, in different capacities for all these other big white moguls or whatever. Right. And one of them is oh man, that's so terrible that it happened to you. And then another one is like, yo, we should do it ourselves. Right. And then a spark goes off in her mind and she's like, you know what? We should. And she just happens to know about, this opportunity, this great business opportunity. And her and her team, they get their other friends and their friends' friends, and they all come together. And it's a a conference room full of black women, some of the Afrocentric, some of them not, but all in power. All these people who are working for all these other businesses and corporations, doing all this other stuff for them, they all come together and build their own corporation.
Hmm?
That's awesome.
It's a TV.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a
We can
fantastic
show those
concept.
images. Our
Mhm.
children can see the images of people with hair like y'all doing stuff productive in a broader scale, not just like on a community level, but on a corporate
On a
level.
minuscule level, yep.
You know,
Yep.
so they want to go out there and empower the black woman to demasculate the black man. Well, let's empower her then.
Exactly. So, amen.
Exactly.
I'm so with it. I'm so here for all of this stuff. So talking about just making sure that we're being seen and everything like that. Like, how many channels do you have for one? Because I was looking through a couple. I didn't get to go through everything. How many shows do you have? Not how many channels do you have? How many shows do you have?
I personally have about 6 shows that are on the channel. But we have over 300 pieces of content, and we add probably about 9 to 12 pieces of content every month. So we have both a television station and a kind of Netflix. So on our television station, you can watch 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, people like us and creativity, people in control of the narrative, right? You can watch it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't need a Roku device. You can watch it on your smartphone. You can watch it on your watch. You can watch it anywhere, right? And that's our TV station, what we call OTT, which is over the top, meaning it's like TV style, that we have a playlist that we play and you can tap into it and watch it from anywhere. Okay.
Oh, wow.
But we also have,
that's some good information over the top. Okay.
Yeah. We also have what we call our Netflix kind of channel, whereas if you have a Roku device, you have access to all over 300 pieces of content, right? And you could watch when you want to watch, what you want to watch. You can fast forward, rewind, you know what I mean? So if something catch your interest, you can watch it, and then, something else comes on, you could turn to it and go back. So you went on the OTT, on the television, you can't go back. You can't rewind, right?
Okay.
You just gotta watch what's on when it's on, right?
And then when it's on, that's it.
All you have to do is own a Roku device and do a channel search for 7 On Demand, and you'll have full access to everything that we offer. Now, we also have the ability to broadcast live. So those are the 3 things that we do. We broadcast live. We have an OTT, which is like TV, and then we have a VOD, which is like Netflix.
Okay, triple threat. Okay, I see, Mr. Wayne.
When we started, we were in 31 countries, right? We're in 64 countries now. So I have signed a deal with Ethiopia, right? We have an Ethiopian channel on 7 On Demand, right? I'm in negotiations right now to sign a deal with Argentina, South America, right? And we'll have a South American channel. The entire South American channel will be in Spanish. Some of the stuff might be dubbed, but it will all be in Spanish for them to be able to watch and enjoy, so that they can control their own narrative, so that they have the same ability to be able to do what we do here. Just like the Africans over in Ethiopia, and this was a prime opportunity for us because Roku is in Africa, but mostly in South Africa, right? And South Africa and far North Africa, Egypt and stuff like that. And we got in just as Roku was coming into Ethiopia. So Ethiopia just got Roku for the first time. So it's something new. It's something that everybody's like, real gung-ho about. And 7 On Demand is the place to go. So our numbers in Africa, right, are coming close at this point to surpassing our numbers in America.
Oh my God.
That is awesome.
I'm sorry,
That
I'm
is
on my live
awesome.
and I'm like trying to like type all of this stuff in because I am so excited. What over we started at, you said we
So
started at 31
let's
and now we at 63. That's awesome. Yay. Okay.
let's tell the audience, which I think it is absolutely phenomenal. Us as Illustrate going from just being on the show to having a channel. What does that mean for Illustrate Radio?
Okay, what it means is that
Well, she put you in the hot seat.
you're not limited, and I don't want you to stop, right? But you're just not limited to YouTube and Facebook and those things that are controlled by people other than the people that look like us. All right. So you
Mm-hmm.
have the opportunity to be able to stretch in the sense that, you can show what it is, your creativity. You can show that, like, this is like a news channel to me. So when I look at Illustrate, I'd be like, okay, this is like industry news and political news. And you guys really don't have no particular topic that you cover. You cover all topics and whatever it is. So it's like a news station to me. So I'm like, we need a news station. We need a news station that's not going to color the news in their favor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Illustrate does.
Mm-hmm.
Illustrate TV, because it ain't even just radio anymore. You guys got a TV station. So now you have the ability to be able to go and tell those stories, to be able to bring all the current events that's going on, to bring them out to the world without being limited by, what Facebook and YouTube and all of them are telling you that you can and cannot do.
Yes, freedom.
All right. Well, all right. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. I was excited about our initial partnership and just being able to have our faces on somebody's screen. And then now to see that there's so much more growth potential, to hear that people can see our faces in other countries where it may have at one point never been a consideration. Um, so, one, thank you, but also thank you to our producer, Tony Medley, for making this happen, because
Yes.
not only is it
Man.
important for people here to see us and to see of color, I think it is equally important for them to see us in other countries also, that we are as equal. I know sometimes there can always be a negative stigma when it comes to American women, especially American Black women. So
Black
just
women.
thank you to
Amen.
both of you guys for giving us the opportunity to show not only the people here, but to show the world that we are not the typical or stereotype of what people may say or think or hear when they think American Black woman. So thanks for the opportunity, sir. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
But here
I
you go. Here's
truly and
another thing.
genuinely.
Come on. I'm listening.
No, I want to hear everything you got to say, sir. So you can go ahead.
Okay. No, I wasn't going to forget my point. All
I
right. My
want to get
point
it
was that
all in because
the big
I still have
issue.
another question.
Okay, good. Hold your point. The big issue,
Yeah.
right, is language, right? Because they have the visual images, right? But the only stuff that's converted into their language is the stuff that's controlled by people who are not trying to give the accurate description of us. That's the stuff that gets converted over into
Mm,
their language. So that's one of the things that we're working on right now, which is to be able to get all the content that we have on our channel converted in all the languages that our channel, that with people who see our channel. So that means that, like, 64 different languages, and it's a huge undertaking. So we've got somebody who's working with Spanish, and that's how we got the Spanish channel. We also have somebody but Africa is one of those things where there's like 100 languages, so it's going to be like really, really difficult to be able to conquer that whole world. But difficult is the task that we signed up for, so that's what it is.
That's what's up. That is. I was going to ask you, how did you how are you expanding? Like, how is all of this occurring? Because I know you said it happened with a phone call. Other things happening in the background, like your team, So my question is like, how could someone like me own a channel?
Well, the way you would own a channel is to have 10 or more pieces of content. All right. For those people who have less than 10 pieces of content, it doesn't make sense for us to give them a channel on 7 On Demand. It makes more sense for us to lump them into one of the categories that already exist. So let's say you did a show and it was about, getting money in the hood. Well, we have a channel called Crime and Thug Life. Well, if you just did one show, it would wind up in the Crime and Thug Life channel.
And that's
right?
Okay.
Because it's just one show. But if you had 10 pieces of content, like a series that had like 10 shows in it, or 10 different movies, or 10 different episodes of, this news channel, then that would warrant us saying, okay, well, let's take a look at, their numbers and see if it's worth them giving them a channel. Because, at the end of the day, we still have to be able to pay for all the services that we provide. So we don't try to charge you guys, because what we look at is we look at advertisers. So our advertisers and the people who advertise us with us, those are the ones who are going to be paying the bills. So we just need to look and see if that's something that our advertisers are going to be interested in. Now, our advertisers are not, Coca-Cola and Pepsi and, McDonald's. And no, our advertisers are people who look like us and have businesses like us, Black real estate owners, who have their own companies, Black insurance companies and, Black owned and, just worldly people, not just like, Black people from America, but, people of color from all around the globe. Those are the people who we're looking to get. So that was one of the reasons why we had to be able to expand, because there was no way for me to be able to cut deals with these countries and, and go out and find these advertisers and to sit at home and edit and do a playlist for every day, 24 hours a day playlist. There's just no way for me to be able to do that kind of stuff. So that's when I start reaching out. Now, the way I reach out is very important, right? The way I reach out is I reach out to help people do what it is that they want to do. So I got to find the people that's going to help me be able to accomplish my goal by it helping them.
Right. So if they have a passion, they have a point.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because especially in these days, man, people are getting paid to sit home and do nothing. You know what I mean? So, people got to have a passion. They got to have a love for what it is that they do, or at least some driving force, So I got these people like, a couple of people that I'm working with now, they've just done their first movie, and, I know how it is. I remember how it was when I first did my first movie. I thought that, this was going to be the movie to end all movies, and that I was going to be like the next Tyler Perry or Spike Lee or something. You know what I mean? Everybody was going to know my name, and I was going to be famous and make all these millions of dollars, and that just didn't happen. What I didn't realize at that time, or what I know now, is that that's not how the industry works. The way the industry works is you don't get money from your first show or your first movie or whatever. You might not even get any from the second. Not movies that make money, is catalogs. So you need a whole catalog full of stuff. You know what I mean? People are not going to buy just your movie. People buy your catalog. So even if you have, let's say you have five shows or 5 movies, right? And you go to somebody and be like, you want to buy one of my movies, and if somebody's interested in buying one of your movies, you say, nah, man, buy them all. Buy them all. You see, this is the kind of thinking that entrepreneurs have that we don't have yet. We go out there for the love of it and wind up missing that payday because we don't understand that, there's a bigger picture. We think that one movie or one show or whatever is going to be the end all. You know what I mean? And it's not. What I tell young people and people like you guys in the business is just don't stop. Keep doing it, because money follows passion. So if you just keep doing it and keep at it and don't let nothing stop you, not even you, right? Money will come.
Everything you want will come.
Yes. So
thank you.
You just gave a major game. You just gave a major game. Yeah,
for the free.
listening to you, I'm like, man, I got enough content for about 10 channels. Like
Well,
probably
go for
30.
it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it's
The day
definitely,
and age we're living
definitely puts a vision into perspective listening to you. Yes.
the day and age we're living in is we are in a vaudeville of film. Back in the vaudeville
Mhm.
days, I don't know if you know the history. Back in the vaudeville days, right? Everybody wanted to break a leg. Everybody wanted to get out on the stage, right, and get past the curtain so that they could be seen for their little 5 minutes of fame. Well, now in this cell phone
Mhm.
generation that we're in, with a camera is a director. The problem is that not everybody with a phone knows the business. So what happens is they promote the stuff that they want to promote. You know what I mean? If you got somebody like, eating waffles and blowing snot out their nose, it goes viral because that's the stuff that they push. That's the stuff that they advertisers get behind. You know what I mean? But if you got somebody that's like, teaching young kids in the hood how to flip real estate, that they
And I'm
ain't
pushing that.
pushing that. They're not pushing that.
Right,
You know what I mean? They want to keep it
right,
as quiet as
right.
possible.
Most definitely. Here, go
Oh
ahead.
wow.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry, I didn't mean
Okay.
to cut you off, huh? But
Sorry.
that delay,
I know. We need to have you on.
yes.
Hey,
But just run out of here. I mean, I just want to know how on demand take over the world.
Take over the
Like,
world.
what is it we gotta do to take over the world?
very simple. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Stop.
Very
Yes,
simple.
we not.
We are
That's
well
what he
on
said.
our way. You may not
That's what
feel
he
it yet,
said.
but that's how everything starts. Everything has a beginning, and that beginning is always
Mhm.
true, right? But it doesn't always yield fruit. An onion plant
Mm,
is old in 9 weeks. You grow an onion plant is in 9 weeks, it's old and dying, right? But an olive, it takes 100 years before olive tree, yields olives that are really ripe to eat. All right. So sometimes we
mm.
just
That's
gotta
why olive
stick
oil is
in
so
there and
expensive.
hold on and hold on. We gotta live. Wealth is generational, right? So that's why I went with my sons and like put my sons down in this business, because it's not about just me and my day and time. It's about my sons and my grandsons. Those are the ones, man, who are really going to benefit from Seven on Demand.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So, you guys, I want to thank our guest in the building tonight, Jamel Wade, owner of Seven on Demand, home to Illustrate TV channel, home to Illustrate Radio. We are on there every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Make sure that you are checking us out. Bigger, better, huge things to
Writer.
come. You, all
Yes.
of you haven't done it already. You download your Seven on Demand. Check out the OTT TV. This man got options. You want it now?
Yes,
You
he
want it
got
later? You want
options.
it 24 hours? You want to rewind? You don't? You want to fast forward? You don't? Whatever it is, he
He's
has
serving
it
it
for
up.
you. So yes, thank you so much, Jamel, for joining us
But we
tonight.
gotta give a we
You
gotta
all,
give
we
a
will
big
be.
shout out.
Go ahead,
We gotta give Go ahead. We got to give a big shout
go ahead,
out,
man.
right, to my son DJ J7, right? He's a music mogul doing all kinds of stuff. He owns the recording studio that we also own under the Seven on Demand label, right? And his wife is our CFO, right? Jasmine Wade, right? She is highly educated, getting her MBA and her master's in business administration, in finance, and that's like basically the heart of the team. So I just got to give a big shout out to them so that everybody could know, man, that we can't do these things alone, man. We got to be able to support each
Yes.
other. One of the biggest problems that we have as a people, man, is that
Yep.
we don't support
Right with
each
the
other. We
world.
don't show up for each other. Yeah, exactly.
Right, right. Right.
But we
So
showing up
thank you.
now. We're
So
showing up every night every night live. Every Wednesday live at 8 o'clock on your channel. We definitely showing up. So we appreciate you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome, ladies.
yes, most definitely. And you all have make sure that you do follow at 7 on Demand, spelled all the way out, no spaces. Make sure that you do follow 7 on Demand. Check it out. Check out everything that they got going on. And some really dope shows, stuff that is very different. Definitely will keep you intrigued. There's movies there, there's TV shows there, there's podcasts there. We there. Okay. So you might as well go ahead and get your download. Make sure you check it out. Make sure that you all are right back here with us next Wednesday. We will be streaming live again
Can
to
you see that?
Facebook. Make sure that you're following us. So what's that?
7 on them,
OD net.
7od.net. 7od.net.
Okay,
You can't see that dot, right?
7od.net. No, it's okay. Look, we got somebody in the background that's going that can put that up for us.
7od.net. Right? 7od.net.
Yes.
And you can watch 7 on demand free forever. So 7od.net, and you can watch.
Oh wow!
7
He
on
just
demand.
gave us another jewel.
Right?
He just dropping jewels everywhere.
He said, I'm
definitely about to give everybody a link. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can they find you, T Gray?
Excuse me?
Finish telling them where to find us first. So, you guys,
right.
make sure that you're listening to us on iHeartRadio. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook, streaming live to the Studio 202 DC page. Get your Roku, download your 7 on Demand. Go to www.7od.net and you can get your 7 on Demand for free. Make sure you check out OTT-TV. I know I'm giving you a lot of directions, but I need y'all to be on it. Support this beautiful Black man, Black business, making things happen for us as a people. For us, it's a beautiful thing. Me, make sure you check me out, you guys. Your free sex advice ends April 30th. www.sextalkwithtgray.com. Make sure that you all are following me at the love below _ sex talk with T Gray, or you could just hit up at the T Gray and it'll take you everywhere you need to go. New shows, new content, new merch. It's coming. Enjoy it. Go on, Lucky.
Yes, well, y'all can definitely, y'all know where to find me. Magical AF Podcast. Also, make sure y'all check out Sensi Sweet, SENSISUITE. Yes, that is the my true passion is making sure that we have healthy highs everywhere we go. So you can tote, you can drink, you can sip, you can smoke, and we got it all for you right then and there. Definitely make sure y'all go ahead and hit up Brackish Waters for my CBD products and CBD rubs and tinctures. We got gummies and hard candies, all that stuff. Shout out to Brackish Waters and National Harbor. I really appreciate you all too. And that is it for me.
Yes, and you all make sure you go check out our DJ at DJ Stiletto with a Y. Number 1, wish her a happy birthday. Next week she'll be back in the building with us, and we're going to have a good time. We will see you all then. Bye-bye.
Bye. Awesome show, though.